Hi, boys and girls. This week we're going to be talking about what is in our community. The story that we're going to listen to today is called The Two Promise Walk. Take a look at the picture. What do you notice on the front cover? Who do you think these people are? What do you think they're doing? All right. We're going to read the story to find out what these two characters are doing in the story. The Two Promise Walk, and it was written by Ophelia Dumas Lachman, and it was illustrated by Natalia Vasquez. All right, let's find out what happens in our story. But before we start, the title is called The Two Promise Walk. I wonder what that means. A promise is when you are telling somebody that you're going to do something. It means that you give them your word. I wonder what's going to happen in the story. Let's find out. Lizita moved close to the window and looked down at her busy street. She was a little girl with black hair and a big, big frown on her face. Why do you think she's frowning? Today, her grandmother was coming to visit. But where is she? Do you think she's frowning because she is sad about something? I wonder what she's sad about. Soon, a small airport bus stopped in front of their house. Lisita's frown disappeared. She ran to the door. Abuelita Rosa, you're here, she cried. And don't forget your promise. How is Rosita feeling now? And why is she feeling that way? All right, let's continue. Her mother hurried up the steps and hugged her. I won't forget, she said. And remember, you made a promise too. I wonder what the promise is. It was hard for Lisita to fall asleep that night with two promises to think about. The first was her grandmother's promise to take her to see her new school. And the second promise was her promise to show Abuelita Rosa where sandwiches were made with little boats of bread. So they each had their own promise to one another. I hope that they keep their promise. What do you think? Do you think they'll keep their promise? Or are they going to break their promise? Let's find out. In the morning, Papa went to work in his truck. Mama went to work on her computer. And Lisita and Abuelita Rosa went on their two promise walk. Oh, they went. Do you remember where they're going? Yes. Rosita promised to show Abuelita Rosa Abuelita is going to show Rosita or Lisita where she's going to go to school. And Lisita is going to show Abuelita where there are sandwiches that look like little boats. As they left the house, Lisita reached for Abuelita's hand. Because all of the cars, you must hold my hand, she said. Why do you think she has to hold on to Grandma's hand? To be safe, yes. They crossed over busy Grant Street on a walking bridge. The traffic raced by them as they walked beside small shops. In a restaurant called Tita's Tacos, a woman tapped on the window and smiled. Abuelita smiled back and called, Buenos dias, Tita. Lisita waved. So they are walking around their community, and these are all different places that you would see in their neighborhood. Shoe polish smells came from the open door of Mr. Morelli's shoe repair store. A statue of a dog stood at the entrance to Salvador's fruit market. At the street corner, a tall fountain splashed water. Abuelita stopped. I wonder why she stopped. Look it. She's looking up at something. This is called a street sign, and it says Lake Street. Why are we stopping, Abuelita? Lisita asked. Are we lost? No, no, said Abuelita, as she looked up at the street sign. We turn here. In a few minutes, they came to a red brick building with green grass and a flagpole in front. It was her school. Lisita jumped up and down. Soon she would be big enough. She's not old enough yet, but soon she's going to be big enough to go to this school. And we see some children that are playing. Now I want to buy you a gift, Abuelita said, a bread boat sandwich. Let's go find that sandwich shop. You'll like it, Abuelita. It has a counter where you choose good things to go in the bread, like pickles and meat, and it has painted flowers on the door. But no flowers showed on the door of the sandwich shop. Instead, there was a sign that said, closed for repairs. A tear rolled down Lisita's cheek. Now I can't keep my promise, she said. So there was a sign that said that it was closed for repairs. And look at, Lisita's feeling sad again. Suddenly, Lisita had an idea. But maybe I can. Maybe I can, she said. She tugged at Abuelita's hand. Come on, Abuelita. Hand in hand, they walked back to Tita's Tacos, where Tita, the smiling lady, covered the table with good things to put in their tacos. Lisita held up her well-filled taco. They're boats, too, she explained. I see, Abuelita said as she held up her own well-filled taco. They are boats. We've both kept our promises. Let's eat. And again, Lisita is holding onto Abuelita Rosa's hand as they're walking on the sidewalk back to their house. All right, so I want you guys to think about something. In the story, they went to different places in their community. Do you remember some of the places that they went past? Also, they made 2 promises. Do you remember what Abuelita's promise was to Lisita? And do you remember what Lisita's promise was to Abuelita? All right, make sure you share those answers with an adult and share them with your child's teacher. See you soon.